It is a beautiful day, 70 degrees in Griffin, Georgia. I'm out by the bird feeder. As you can see, my friends, not a cloud in the sky. Thought I'd do a little bit of a vlog from out here by the bird feeder today, just talk to you a little bit. I know plenty of people in this country would love to have some of this weather that we're having today. So let's take a look at the bird feeder. Yesterday I got out here, I say yesterday and the day before. I made a bird video the other day. Got out here yesterday and filmed quite a while. Didn't get one single bird. Got my GoPro set up. I just put a tray, an old metal tray on top of the bird feeder to put the food over here in more direct sunlight. So we'll have the GoPro feeding on, we'll have the GoPro filming that one, and I'll film this old bird feeder over here. Between the two of them, maybe we can get so bright out here I can't see good. I thought I'd do a little bit of a vlog today and just dub this sound into a portion of the video of whatever bird footage I catch. The wind affects the the audio on my videos out here, but today you couldn't ask for a nicer. There might be a little bit of wind noise on the camera, but it couldn't be much. I'm thinking about one of my recent viewers who made a recent comment. He was shut in up there. Well, he's shut in all the time because he can't get out and drive for himself. He's got some kind of inner ear problem, old Jody Grubbs. But do you think about it, when people that are shut in get stuck in the house from an ice storm or bad weather, or can't get out and go anywhere, he can't do for himself, can't even go to the grocery store. He had to depend on his neighbors or friends to come and get him and rescue him when they had no electricity here in the last 3 or 4 days. I think on top of that, his computer broke down. So Jody, I hope things are going better for you today. If you're listening to this vlog, we are thinking about you. I'm thinking about talking about ice storms and bad weather and people shut in. A lot of my viewers, I'm sure, fit in that category of being shut in somewhere. I hope the wind isn't affecting this audio too much. But I'm reminded of a little incident back in the early 1970s. Oh, it might have been mid-70s. I don't know. It was back there somewhere around the early, probably 71, 72. So, yeah, let's see. We were driving a 73 Dodge Polaris station wagon. So it had to be in 73 or 74 or 75. We lived in a mobile home park for, I don't know, a good 15 years. I had never seen an ice storm. Well, we had this huge, I'm going to have to stop a minute and count this wind. We had this huge ice storm come up on us. I had never been in an ice storm. I didn't really expect anything like that. You know, you've seen times where it might have been a little sleet, a little snow, rain, or freezing rain or whatever, but when it goes to freezing rain, what they call a downright ice storm, the trees got like 1 inch of ice all over them, so heavy that the limbs were breaking off. Trees were falling over. There was so much ice on the power lines that it made the wires break and fall down. I mean, there's tons of ice on everything. You couldn't get out, you couldn't drive, you couldn't do anything. So I'm sympathizing with those people over there in Texas and places that went so long here recently with no electricity and no water. Now, we lived in that mobile home. Our water froze. We were out of electricity for, I think, 12 days. The first 2 days, we went out and spent the night sleeping in that Dodge Polaris station wagon with a heater running. It was like, well, down around 0. It was cold. I don't remember that temperature. But I said, we can't put up with this no more. I'm going to have to take off work, and we got to go somewhere and find some electricity. You know, my wife can't put up with all this. We had a St. Bernard dog at the time. She was about to freeze to death. Oh, Princess, I'll always remember her. She was one fine dog. But we jumped in that Dodge Polaris station wagon and went north, left Atlanta, went up in the North Georgia mountains to where my parents lived, and we stayed with them for a week. I just had to take off from work. Got down there, and it got so bad with no electricity that the toilets froze up on the commodes. We took the food out of the refrigerator and put it on the kitchen table to keep it froze. Inside the mobile home was froze from one end to the other. I hung a blanket across the kitchen was on one end of the mobile home. So I hung a blanket on the doorway going into that kitchen, and we turned on the gas stove and a gas oven and got the temperature up around a little above freezing where you wouldn't freeze to death in the kitchen. We sat in there for a day or so, and then we took off to the mountains and stayed up there for a good weekend or better. I don't remember how long it was. But I can really sympathize with these people that have been going through so much here lately with the bad weather. I can relate to it, in other words. And I feel for all of you. I hope you're getting back on your feet and that things are going somewhat better for you now. I know here in Griffin, Georgia, you couldn't ask for anything finer than what I'm literally standing in my front yard in a short sleeve t-shirt, and I'm not chilly whatsoever. The wind's blowing a little bit. But when it comes to ice storms and all that, I hope they're all over for this year. Nobody's ever prepared for such a situation. You never know whether you got groceries in the house or drinking water. You don't depend on the basics like water and everything and electricity until you ain't got them anymore. When some people go out and get a generator, I got a generator out there in the garage. Take me forever to hook it up. What we need is one of them big generators that starts automatically when the power goes off. But I never have got rich enough to consider myself be able to go out and get one of them. Maybe one of these days. But anyway, I just wanted to relate a little bit about people that are shut-ins and can't get out and do. I know it makes it much more difficult under situations like this ice storm and stuff. So everybody stay healthy. I appreciate you watching my videos, and we're gonna get me out of here where maybe some birds will come to this bird feeder. I guess I've rambled enough. This Pwalpar saying thanks for tuning in today. Oh, if you think about it, subscribe to my channel. Be most appreciated.